Welcome back to Exploring Distant Worlds, the Akuro Commonwealth now wrapping up our second decade. And as we move into the third decade, our focus is going to be on the land grab. It's expanding outwards, new colonies, taking as much territory as we can. But for now, we're having a bit of a pirate issue in a couple areas. One is down here in Urktun, where the Savage Sun Network, they have taken up residence in Ritna now, and we're going to want to deal with them as quickly as we can because they knocked out our spaceport here that we were beginning to build. We easily eliminated their ships, but the issue is that they simply didn't have enough of the spaceport done for it to be able to absorb any damage, and down it went. We're going to be taking this fight going pretty soon, but this is really the only one that's been causing us any problems at all. And that fleet that is going to handle this is actually on its way back to refuel at Kerbis. Speaking of refueling, we have a bit of a fuel shortage that is on its way if we aren't careful. So Castellon is down to, honestly, just over half of what it once was, roughly. And most of the usages come from just building new ships, but we're also starting to consume a little bit more than we're producing. So I want to expand out from that. I've already built one more construction ship that is going out to build another Castellon mining station. We're going to be getting more and more of those as some of our construction ships get freed up. We've got one that's just finishing up our mining station in here. Another one's building a new research station out in Wantar. That's going to be our best weapons research station. So there's some of that going on. But once they're freed up, I want to get some more fuel stations going and make sure we don't run into any too major of a problem there. On the research front, we are working on our tactical interceptors to get carriers, and then we'll be moving on to the other weapons upgrades that we mentioned. We had a setback in this because we were almost done with this, maybe 75-80%, and then we got one of those pursuing the wrong path events, and so it slid us backwards. I'm going to wait to do my next ship redesign just because our military is so oppressively dominant at the moment until we get up to our next ship size. So it's going to be a little bit longer for that. And we are working on the Wonder research to get the armaments, Wonder the Casidor weapons facility, and boost all of that. So for the moment, definitely energy is our lowest category, but we continue to escalate our research progress. And then if we take a look at how our colonies are doing, Reese is now up over 10 billion. We're getting really strong growth on Ikuro and Brax because they're getting about 20% each, roughly. And then, they have enough population. It'll be only probably a couple years till they get up to that 2 billion mark that we mentioned before. Halmat's growing pretty well, and although still small, of course, and Urktun is still in the realm of resource shortages, so not as much progress being made there. So if we jump down here, I wanted to see one more pirate fight because I didn't want to totally skip over them, and also they've become quite anticlimactic, so we're just going to hang out here for the moment. They do have a few ships, but the lone pirates who were fighting here, they have the 3 different bases that we mentioned. So we're actually not really doing a whole lot in terms of battling them here because most of their ships are off in other places. They're spread out so much that even though they're reasonably powerful, we don't really need to concern ourselves too much with them. Let's see if our Marines are going to catch them or if they're going to escape. Okay. So, yeah, the capturing with larger fleets it gets a little bit interesting. You often will accidentally destroy them. In any case, we're going to go ahead and capture this station. Actually, we don't want to capture it. We want to attack it. Got a bunch more ships that have been completed. Let's see, have we freed up another construction ship yet? Or are they still... Nope, they're still working on that mining station. Okay. Sure. We'll worry about the exploration ships later. Okay, there we go. Now you have completed your mission. Let's get you a place to get a new mining station up then. Just going to focus on the Castellon. Okay, we've already sent one out there, so we've got a decent system here in Akuro. And we'll go ahead and throw up that station there and gradually boost our fuel reserves. Or at least stop them from being used up as quickly. Okay, and we boosted our ship maneuvering level. Excellent. We'll just come down here to this mining station next, I think. And you can see that, again, they're not getting a lot of reinforcements. Who knows what they're off all these various different places and other directions doing. But we don't really care. Retrofitting is complete. So you can move back up to the next level then. There we go. This is an exploration ship right there, the Grimy Ruse that we captured. So we actually have captured at least one of the enemies and added to our exploration efforts. There we are. You're done. And okay, we're going to come over here where there's actually a couple different mining stations in this particular area. Sure, we'll take another free trade agreement. No. Thanks to you. And fast jump hyperdrives, our latest boost from disassembling one of the advanced ships we have captured. Okay, and we've got skilled navigator. So Hedkadanska is looking like he's going to turn out to be a pretty good... Okay. Let's try capturing you, just for the fun of it. Looks like we might actually succeed. And now I think it's time for us to do the necessary and blow up the station here. Which, if we take a look at Secluded Station, well, I mean, it's respectable. It's not massively powerful, but it is respectable. So, our primary fleet... we'll just come down here and hit it. We will split off our command ship over there, as well as the Marines per usual. Okay. And we've fended off another raid. So they are getting close enough to do that on occasion. Another construction ship is ready, the Worthy Subterfuge. We're going to keep right on going and continue with gathering more Caslan. Now this one, Tarsant, that's a system I was mentioning before. And, lots of Caslan, also some argon and hydrogen. So I wouldn't mind staking a bit of a claim to that system, just in case the Gazurians manage to get it within their territory. And here we go. Out come the strike craft. Let's see how they're doing. Shields most of the way down. See, we've eliminated most of their strike craft. We lost a Marine frigate. They got boarded and captured by the enemy. Is that one right there? Nope, that's a destroyer. Let's send our Marines in. Just for fun. Oh, they're out of... they actually don't have any more pods left. Okay, fine. We'll just let them blow it up then. Pounding the station with our missiles. And now they're starting to lose things. And away we go. So once again, really straightforward. No particular problems. The way that the pirates have spread out is just really making our attacks on them much easier. So we're going to be continuing all of that process. Oh, what do we have over here? We have some people making themselves welcome when they should not be. These are the Savage Gang. Okay, a reasonably powerful pirate faction that has... Oh boy, they're actually trying to build 3 different spaceports in there. Well, we're going to have to give them a piece of our mind when it comes to that, but our fleet that we're going to send there is still refueling, so we'll have to wait a bit. We're definitely going to clear them out, and then we will head down here and clear out the latest Savage Sun group. And after that, we should really, I would think, be doing pretty well in terms of our pirate perimeter. Jumping forward a couple of years, it's time for the Teekans to get in action. The late Shroud, after having hung around for several years, is now ready to colonize Carabia. And there we go, we get a new ability, Carabia colonized. Industrious miners, faster mining plus 3% from the Teekans. Now, we have done some other things as well. The pirate battles continue. The Savage Sun are still over here, but this is a different base. It's actually a smaller one. We knocked out the one down here in Ritna, but then discovered this one. So our fleet's going to come back out here to hit this. And the Black Market Cartel over here, they're back. They have sort of revitalized themselves, and they've been raiding us. Too successfully, too. So we're going to want to handle that. Doing much better over on this side. The Sinister Salvage, which had long time been up here as sort of a bone in our throat, as you will, they're gone. And this is a smaller pirate group that we're going to get rid of up that way, so all of that's going well. We found a new colony ship all the way down here. Most of the map is now explored. And this is, I believe, Ugnari. And they can colonize not just marshy planets, but ice ones. So if we look at the possibilities there, as that ship is just gradually going to make its way back. But, you know, our best quality options that we have available, this one is in a system we already have. So I'm not really too interested in that, but I could potentially want to use them here. Urgasho 3. That's right up here next to the Shandar and the other larger empire up here, the Ryluth Consortium. So it would be a nice way to sort of move up in this direction and start blocking them off perhaps a little bit if we can. Up there, I should mention that we have... There's a few planets we could take over in a hostile manner. Isuin, Endosan, and Urgasho. And there's some Shandar in some of these, so they're going to be encouraged to expand out this way. But the other planets that we could potentially take over that already have populations really quite low quality. I think none of them are more than about 65%. So I really don't want to do that necessarily. We've also met, I believe we have now met everybody. We have 20 empires, and a few of them are new. So we have the Holtumu Federation. These are Agdarians. They want to control ocean colonies, have the largest ocean colonies, have the largest capital ship. And United Keteros territory having the largest ship, they must have gotten that from like a salvage operation or derelict or pirate or something along those lines. Then we have the Quamenos, so the Astra Technocracy, and they want few treaties, few wars, perform the most research. And again, it says the United Keteros territory. That's really surprising to me because like they're below average in terms of their strategic value. I mean, they're a very intelligent race, but I have no idea how they've managed to do that much research or what they're doing with it because they haven't expanded that much. If you look at where they're at, I mean, they're reasonably high up here, but they're mostly doing intelligence. So I don't know if it, like they've stolen technology from others and it counts that in there somehow, but it's just strange because they're not a particularly large or advanced empire. So how do they have more research than us? I don't know. They haven't built any wonders or anything. Then way down at the bottom, we have the humans, the Great Jar Territory. And they have a bunch of objectives: continental colonies, mutual defense pacts, destroy more ships than you lose, and then we're betting them in the trade income and the tourist income. Now, research, we have built up a couple of more bases. We got the one in Urktun, the research base, the one in Wantar that I mentioned before, but we are still not quite where I want to be. We have started working on, you know, the next ship size, continuing to work on our weapons, and we're up to now working on the next wonder that we're going to want, to the Trader's Bazaar. But still need some more time before all of that comes in. A couple months later, we arrived in Endenur for another routine clearing of a base, this time the Savage Sun Network. But it turned out this one was going to be anything but routine. They want to fight for this. Look at all those ships. So let's see how strong the Savage Sun have become. What do we know about them? How much territory do they have? This is the only base they have that we know of. Okay, the Brigands Fortress. Obviously, they're hugely upset with us when we're fighting, but look at that. Over 7,000 firepower. That's the strongest we've yet seen any of these pirates, and clearly they want this area. So, let's see how this battle goes. Definitely not going to be without casualties for us. Also, if we look at some of their ships, they've got destroyers over 400 size, so they've managed to accelerate their technology to be able to build larger ships than us. So we can, like, we still have a lot more ships that we can use that I didn't bring, but yeah, it definitely looks like we did not properly evaluate this situation. This is just carnage. How's our fleet doing? We've lost a few ships. We've got some more getting damaged. We're obviously giving pretty well, too, here. Just let this play out a little more until it cleans up one way or the other. Oh, very nice. Helmat 2, natural quality gain. We'll take that. I mean, I think that was already 97%, but, and we had just generated another admiral, and now they are gone. Yeah, they literally had just been generated. That's funny. They died right away. We wouldn't have had time to save them even if we'd noticed. So it looks like we're going to be able to clean this up reasonably well. Huh. The Fierce Syndicate have decided to join our empire. And while I've been doing this in here, that's the other side, the small pirate faction that I mentioned that I was fighting with the other fleet. Now that's our first notice of a pirate being actually completely destroyed. Sure. Abandoned mining ship? Very nice. Okay, we'll take a look at that eventually. But I think we've still got a little more work to do here. Marines have showed up. Okay, another research bonus. So all kinds of fun occurring. Doesn't look like they have much left here now. Definitely the biggest fight we've seen so far, and the first one that I've seen that perhaps we really could have used, like an area weapon type of thing. And also, perhaps we could have used, you know, the hyperspace denier, hyperspace inhibitor technology. So it looks like we are... Yeah, we're going to capture this cruiser as well. That would be very nice. And, okay, what about you? Yep, we're going to capture you as well. Another cruiser that we're going to get. Okay, I think at this point... Our fleet probably shot up enough. I don't think we want to go in. We might be able to take down this base still with it. But we're probably damaged enough. We should probably, you know, repair first. Let's see what we've done in terms of lowering them down. Okay. So they lost a couple thousand firepower in that fight, and they're going to lose more once we take those cruisers. So a significant blow. But if we look back at our fleet that I have guarding the homeworld, this is where I dump all my ships that I build. We got 65 ships here, over 5,000 firepower. So I think I just go back, I repair, you know, add more to this, have our attack fleets, you know, boost them up in size, because this is obviously going to be a little bit more significant resistance, then come back. We're going to beat these pirates, but I'm actually quite impressed by them, because they are not playing around. They're the first one to show any resistance in quite a while. There's a lot more action to come, but I wanted to look at our diversifying galactic economy, you might say. Now, Akuro and Brax have gone over that 2 billion population mark, so I'm taxing both of them. Our cash flow is absolutely stupid. Money is not going to be an issue for us now. It's going to be more about just resources and logistics, I think, going forward. And then, of course, the other three are growing pretty well. We've got increasingly diversifying populations, all sorts of different races. Halmat 2 growing to expand our borders over there is quite nice. And then on the facilities side, we did complete the research to allow us to start the Traders Bazaar. So that'll boost our economy even more on Akuro. So when we return for the next episode, we're going to be looking at knocking out these pirates, hopefully for good, as our fleets return, but they need to head back out once they get all refueled and repaired. Ship redesigns coming soon, there's more wonders to build, and we're also going to need to take a closer look at, strategically now, how do we want to go about colonizing, because I think we're going to be ready for another planet pretty quickly. So plenty for the Akurals to look forward to. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Distant Worlds will return.